Welcome back to the shop. It's your boy Jay, the wrap specialist at Wrap Leaders in Houston, Texas. Just finished up this G-Wagon. If you saw the last video, or one of the last videos we posted, this was super difficult to wrap, but definitely worth that extra work that we put into it. Lots of hours, lots of time to make it happen, but you see how crazy it looks. It looks nice. It is all put back together, and we also ceramic coated the wrap. And the reason we ceramic coat a wrap is so that it could be a lot easier to maintain. So it's super easy to wash, keep clean, especially on matte colors. Highly recommended on a satin and matte finish, so you can wash it super easy and not have any issues like that. Also, the cool thing about it is that when you ceramic coat a wrap, it will last you way longer. So this thing is pretty much good to go. I let the customer know they'll be coming from out of town to pick it up real soon. And the next thing I want to show you is, can you wrap a car that has rock chips, and what happens if you do? So let's check it out. So here we have a Lexus that just came in. It's in for a hood wrap. And the reason we're doing this hood wrap is for one of the main reasons why we wrap a lot of cars, and that is to hide a lot of imperfections. This one here has rock chips all up front, and this happens when you drive your vehicle on the highway a lot, like myself. And one of the cool things about it is that we can just wrap this hood with carbon fiber, and all that stuff will pretty much go away. You won't be able to see it. And the reason we choose carbon fiber is just for that, to hide all those imperfections. So carbon, highly recommended for something like this. All these dots you see up front, watch. This is how it looks now, and you're gonna see how it looks once we finish up. Here we have the 3M 2080. That's a specific one I like to use, and one of the big reasons why I like to use this one is because it is super thick, and we want it to pretty much cover those imperfections on the paint. Thicker also helps with if it gets hit by rock chips again and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It's easier to work with. It has a good glue. It really sticks on, so I do like this one. Another big reason why I choose this one is because, unlike other brands that I've used before, whenever I wipe it down with, like, let's say one of these rags, the rag on here just glides smoothly, while on other films, whenever you do this, some of this lint from the rag starts to stick on there. So that's one of the big reasons why I like it. But let's get to it. So as you can see, I just laid almost half of this hood, and it already makes a huge difference. You can't even see where all those little rock chips were at. So, and some of them are pretty deep that it really took a big chunk of paint. You don't see them at all. Nice and smooth. I'm also taking my time and being careful because I want to make sure that this carbon fiber design kind of flows on there nice and smooth. So we don't want to lift up the material too much after you start squeegeeing to avoid any change in that design. But I love the way it's coming out. So let me keep going. So check this out right here. You might be able to tell that I have a huge bubble, and no worries there. The cool thing about this material, I like using it because it has really good air egress, and what that means is that you can pretty much get rid of bubbles most of the time without having to lift the film, because you don't want to lift it because that could also ruin it, or chances of messing it up by adding dirt and stuff like that. So check this out. Just by using my wrap glove, I can usually get rid of them. Just gotta be patient with it, little by little. Take your time, don't just press down. And you see how the air is just coming out little by little, working my way, making sure all of it is gone. Then once I see that they're small, that's when I start to put a little bit more pressure. So that's one of the cool things about this film. A lot of other films can't do that. So whenever you do get big bubbles like that, or any bubble anywhere, you have to lift, and when you lift, there's a chance of this design kind of not flowing right, or dirt getting underneath, or maybe your hands touching it and stuff like that. So really cool thing about this, that's why I like to use this film. Here we have another one up here, small one, but look how easy it goes away. Boom, just like that. Nice and smooth. So this hood is pretty much done now. Gotta check, double check, triple check, make sure we have no bubbles. One way of finding bubbles is to go back and heat the entire thing, and that's gonna make the air really come up. So finishing up these edges, making sure everything is good to go. If you notice, when I started, I didn't really use my heat gun at all. So when I was laying this big section here, I didn't use any heat. And the reason for that is to avoid overstretching the material. You want to make sure that that design or carbon design flows super smooth. Once I do finish up though, you do notice that I start to use heat, especially on the edges. And the reason for that is because we really want those edges to stick on there. We don't want them lifting. But before you do that, always make sure to clean those edges nice. You gotta open up the hood, get under there, and make sure it is clean. So this thing is pretty much good to go. Huge difference. Really happy with the results. Carbon fiber does a great job of hiding imperfections like those rock chips that were here. So now you don't really see anything up front. You might be able to see them just a little bit, but big difference. Overall, if you stand here, you won't see anything. So super good results. Really happy with it. One of the biggest reasons why I like to use carbon fiber. Got left is just this quick wipe down and customers get to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys checking out these videos, and I'll definitely be showing you lots of detail work like this, especially like those bumpers that no one wants to show you. We'll be the ones to show you, so stay tuned for the next video.